For 5 years, Abdüctêd Mohammed, a widow from Osun State, went around Lagos in search of her children who were adopted and converted to Christianity by an ex-neighbor. The mother of two, who recently reunited with her daughters, said the police in Lagos had failed to investigate the matter and arrest a suspect whom she identified by the name Kadera, who lives in Ademo, Ikorodu area of Lagos State. According to Daily Trust, the widow said the matter had been reported to the police at Olaruda, but they had shown little concern and did not initiate an investigation or effect arrest on the suspect. I beg your pardon. Having lost her husband 6 years ago when they lived in Abdüctêd, Ekiti State, the mother of two said she relocated to Osogbo in Osun State with her 2 children and later fell ill. She said due to her ailment, her neighbor Kadera had offered to care for her children because she too was preparing to move to the northern part of the country for treatment. I agreed to leave the children with her since she was my neighbor and we live in the same house, Abdüctêd said. While away, I would call her on phone to check on my children, and she would tell me that they were fine and were even going to school, she narrated. But suddenly, Abdüctêd said it became difficult to reach her neighbor on phone, and soon after she had recuperated, she traveled down to Osogbo to see her children, but found that Kaderu and the children had relocated to Lagos State. I followed her to Lagos. After some good Samaritans raised some money for me and I was unable to find her, I spent a lot of time over there till I exhausted my finance and I had to return to the north, where I sought for prayers from some clerics in a bid to recover my children. Soon after she raised some money again, Abdüctêd said she returned to Osogbo, where a woman she was acquainted with told her she had her ex-neighbor's current phone number. She helped me call her on phone, but she was aggressive to her and was shouting why she had to call her and talk about the children. The woman ended the call and told me that there was nothing she could do, but disclosed that Kadera and my children were living in Ikorodu area of Lagos, she added. Armed with this information, Abdüctêd traveled to Ikorodu and for days went around on a motorcycle in search of her children. I was doing that for days, then one day I heard the voice of my youngest child shouting my name. I stopped the bike man and grabbed her and interrogated her. I asked of her older sister and she told me that she was in another house with another woman. She says food. I asked her to lead me to the house and on reaching there, the woman refused to release my daughter, claiming that the actual woman, Kadera, who gave her the children, was not around. She said Kadera had traveled to the north to buy yam and that she could only release the child when she returned. The mother of two said she had noticed that her youngest daughter's physical appearance had changed and she was wearing a cross-neck piece. Her name is Zena, but they renamed her Sarah. So I asked of the Sarki Awusawa in the area and someone took me there to him. I explained my ordeal to him and he immediately took me to the police station at Oloroja and laid a complaint. The police asked us to wait till Kadira returns, and when she did, I went with the Sariki to meet her, but she insisted she was not going to release my child. When the Sariki told her that he had reported the matter to the police and requested that we all go to the police station, she agreed to release her. However, expressing disappointment, Ashetu said after the Sariki called the police on phone and informed them that Kadira had returned, instead of inviting the suspect or arresting her, the police asked the Sariki to take charge of the case, since the woman was now willing to release the child. That was how I got my children, through the help of Sariki. To some extent, my eldest child, who had been renamed Deborah, refused to follow me because he had lived with them for years and she was being threatened by them, she said. The widow, whose children are aged 9 and 10, now live with her, said she had been denied 5 years of living with her girls, saying she is now doing her best to care for them. Even as I don't have much to offer them, I am now staying in Sabo in Ondo State, doing some petty jobs, such as cleaning and washing plates, so as to care for my children. What I can say now is that my children need prayers and proper orientation, she said. Meanwhile, Nigerians have reacted to this. Now, wow, somebody took your children after many years, and the way you are talking as if the person stole your children from you. You said the reason why so many people would not want to do good, for people. How do you think the woman will be comfortable staying with Muslim children? And is a Christian, and these children will be going to mosque. She herself will be going to church. It's not done anyway. So you now want to arrest somebody who took care of your children for good 5 years. Good 5 years. I beg, this matter get as it be, my people. Make a drop am for you. Okay, someone said here, Madam, a day will come that you will be glad they did become Christians, not because it is a religion, but because they found the true meaning of life through the encounter they have received from the Christ, the Lord of human. I pray you also become one before it will be too late. I'm dropping it here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts below in the comment section.